All right, 3, 2, 1. Hey, friendos. We have a team up. It's been a while. I've got Gondo here. Hey, Gondo.
Hey, Jess.
We're gonna play Web Warrior with a little dash of repurpose on War Machine on the 1501 as a practice match. This is, Gondo, if I understand correctly, this is gonna be your first time playing both this deck and this scenario in this context.
That is correct.
And, or further to that, what do you bring as expertise? You are a person who quite enjoys playing green and quite enjoys playing Web Warriors.
Those are both true statements.
Those are
So
true
why
statements.
why not incorporate both to this lovely matchup?
And how much repurpose have you played? Because up until very recently, I had not played any repurpose at all, and I discovered that repurpose not only adds the stats, but also readies you. I didn't know that until I played a repurpose rocket deck at Con of Heroes, and I was like, oh, this card's really good.
I haven't played it as much as some other archetypes, but I have dabbled a decent amount in it.
Okay.
I played a zany repurposed Captain Marvel deck to beat Zola one time. I didn't entirely understand it, but it was good.
Got you. So you won't be surprised by how it works like I was.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, that's a good sign. That's a positive step. All right, so maybe just for folks who haven't played this scenario in a bit, just real quick, Taskmaster, when you flip, is going to have a force response that triggers. It's going to do some damage to you based on the number of boost icons that you flip over. You want to clear Hydra Patrol, of course, because there's a crisis icon. And when you do, you're going to get a Hydra minion that comes out. It's going to be engaged, so its when revealed effects won't trigger, which means you go fish out a Hydra regular, which has 2 health. So what you're looking for in your first turn, if you can get it to work out, is a way to both thwart for 2 and do 2 damage. All the while, try to actually set some stuff up.
Yes, indeed.
And so with all that in mind, Web Warriors we have a handful of ones that are trait locked. You already need a Web Warrior on the board, and there's a few that help you get there. Spider-Man Peter Parker, who's currently in our hand, is one of the ones that helps us get there, but we need the resources to make that happen. Gauntlet Gun is nice to get down, but I've been playing this deck a little bit, and I would say it gets used a little less than you think it will.
Okay.
Maybe because when you're playing Web Warriors, some of the events that you might actually prioritize, you prioritize getting Web Warriors stuff down and things like that. So it's kind of not a every turn sort of thing where you're using it. And then Munitions Bunker is obviously one of those things that really helps you stay in hero longer, especially once you've flipped and then flipped back. But this is a scenario that it can be pretty safe to flip back, and so I think Munitions Bunker is like, you're happy if it ends up being convenient to play it, but certainly not a priority. That's my overall assessment of the thing. So I think we have like Gauntlet Gun, Munitions Bunker, both of which are nice to get out, but maybe not priorities. Getting a Web Warrior down to help get the Web Warrior stuff going is pretty important. We're obviously not repurposing anything this round.
No, of course. Be silly.
So I might almost advocate for figuring out a way to keep both something useful that has a fist and something useful that has an energy resource on it for Spider-Man stuff, and then kind of digging for whatever the science one's called, mental resource. What do you think about that?
So I'm guessing that would be like keep Munitions Bunker and Repulsor Beam Spider-Man.
Yeah, or Gauntlet Gun and Repulsor Beam, since those 2 things could easily get played together if you decided to change your mind on something. Or Repulsor Beam and Strength even. But I don't know. Why keep Strength?
My gut reaction to this hand was to chuck everything except Strength.
Yeah, so we're not going to even bother Spider-Man?
Yeah, because there's no guarantee you're going to see a mental if you mulligan.
Agreed. Now, also to note, War Machine has a 1 thwart and 2 attack. So as long as we can get the thwart, he can clear the minion that comes out on its own. So that makes Repulsor Beam extra, not especially useful. So you like everything but double.
Yeah.
All right. I'm buying what you're selling.
Well, that's an easy hand to play. You really only have one option here on how to play this hand.
Yeah, the sad thing about this hand, of course, is it means we're not going to clear that side scheme, but
that's okay. Fine. The main scheme has 12 threshold.
Yeah. The urgency is only then you get, especially because your thwart is crappy, you get kind of caught up using activations to slowly get rid of that. That can get tricky, but I think we do it. So we want to get energy barrier before we flip down.
Yep. There's no reason not just play everything before you flip. We're not getting any new cards or anything, so you just play Gauntlet Gun and Endurance also before you flip.
And then I think we also want to use, which just got errata today, we can use his main action, which is choose a War Machine card in your discard and put it into your deck, so we can decide if we want to do that as well. But we'll get the Gauntlet Gun, we'll get the Endurance down. And then, was there anything that we saw so far? We have a War Machine card, we have Repulsor Beam, we have Munitions Bunker, we have another Gauntlet Gun.
With the Gauntlet Gun down, I'd be okay putting Repulsor Beam back in.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too.
I don't think we need another Gauntlet Gun or the Munitions Bunker at this time.
It's nice and efficient damage, and one of the biggest things is there's a bunch of 6 health minions that come out. And so between the main War Machine activation for attack and a Repulsor Beam, you can take out any of those other than whichever one that it is that has, one of them has toughness. But
yeah, either you make a decent chunk of progress on Taskmaster or it helps you clear a minion right away. So yeah. I like it being in there with a Gauntlet Gun down on the ground.
Yeah, I think that's wise. All right, so we'll shuffle that in. Then we'll flip. We get, I think Octagon is nice enough to put the 5 ammo counters on automatically for us. We flip the force response on. Taskmaster activates. We take 1 damage, which we can take straight into the energy barrier.
Indeed.
Not a forced response, but we'll do that because then that's great. And then on the villain turn, we can do another one, but then we probably won't want to continue doing that because we want to keep this out for repurposing.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how the game evolves, but it's likely to keep it on 1.
Yeah, I mean, there's no urgency in preventing that unless we get ourselves in some real troubles. But we did get endurance down, and then so the big thing here is, do you like attacking or thwarting? I personally like thwarting, understanding that we might only get something that helps us thwart for 1 again next turn, but I don't know where you're at.
Let me do deck again. Yeah, a decent chunk of the allies we could get our 1 thwart, so I'm down to thwart and set it up for a potential 1 cost or a 1 thwart ally.
Yeah, this scenario doesn't quite end up being a race, especially with the type of deck we have, where it's a little bit of establishing a board and then being able to pretty efficiently finish it off. So, doing race damage is not necessarily the most beneficial thing. Okay. End of hero turn 1, villain turn 1. Well, let's just have a look what we have here. Across the Spider-Verse, we could use to dig out a thing.
Not really.
Oh, no, we can't because we don't have yes, thank you. We don't have another thing. So take it all back. Shoulder Cannon is going to be kind of a junky hand.
Yeah, it's kind of a bad hand.
All right, well, life's like that. So we get 1 threat added. We'll let the force response from the Hunting Down Heroes main scheme ping us for 1, but we'll prevent that with Energy Barrier and throw it back at Taskmaster. Yep. And then we'll take an attack and we'll just take it.
Makes sense
like
to
that?
Me.
Yeah, so the deck has a bunch of 3 boost icons, both because all Sinister Assault minions have 3, and then there's a couple other 3s in there. So you there's a lot of 0s and 1s and a lot of 3s. But we're just taking it. Because we want to keep that thwart, right? All right, so we got a 1, so we took 1, 2, 3 damage. And encounter card, we have the photographic reflexes, which is always really nice when there's a ally that has just 1 attack.
Yeah, that's totally fine to see.
Or shoulder cannon.
Yeah.
Which is an attack. Okie doke. So turn 2. Speaking of shoulder cannon,
kind of the mind that we plop down shoulder cannon to clear the minion that comes out of Hydra patrol and flip down.
Oh, that's what I wanted to say.
Okay, cool. Let's do it.
I think we do that. And then do we keep anything after that, like another energy barrier? Maybe. Or do we want to just dig for...
I want to dig more.
For our Web Warrior enablers.
Yeah, exactly. I want to see like Silk, Spider UK, or Web of Life and Destiny.
Okay, so we're gonna thwart for 1. That clears Hydra Patrol. Hydra Patrol is going to get us
a regular.
A Hydra regular. Close and shuffle. We bring out 1, 2. You advocate for us just ditching our... Whoops, wrong thing. Our whole hand. So we're going to play shoulder cannon. Who cares what we spend?
Because we're discarding the other 2 at the end, yeah.
Because we're discarding the other 2 at the end. So it costs us 1 damage. Sorry, 1 ammo counter to do 1 damage.
Yeah, I guess we could just pump out the whole ammo in the Taskmaster for flipping down.
Yeah, we'll get 1
After
more.
We kill the regular,
which means we'll clear the photographic reflexes. So this is actually pretty... Despite the fact we're only playing 1 card, that's actually not a bad turn. Then we spend 1 to ready it, and then 1 again to use it to defeat the Hydra regular, and then 1 more to ready it, and 1 more to use it to go hit Taskmaster.
That's not how that works.
Is it not?
It just costs an ammo to ready, not to use.
Oh, it's just ammo to ready. Oh, so we have a bunch to dump in.
Yeah, so
we get 5 readies, so we get 6 damage?
Yeah, it would cost 1 ammo to kill the regular, and then we would have 4 ammo left, so we could...
Ready, okay.
Yeah, so we could clear the reflexes and deal 3 damage to Taskmaster.
Okay. So, thank you for getting
and take 1 damage in the sequence of it from the reflexes.
Yeah, so we use it once to exhaust it, we use an ammo to ready it, we use 1 to use it again, that defeats the thing. Oh no, it doesn't use one. Anyway, so we've got 4 damage that's going to Taskmaster, but only 3, as you say, 1, 2, 3, because 1 of them triggers photographic reflexes, which we're just going to happily take.
Yep.
And then we flip.
Indeed.
And we ditch both, and then just to make sure that there's not something we're super excited for in here.
I don't think there is.
No, we got the munitions bunker, we got the gauntlet gun, we got the upgraded chassis. And that's it. So, yeah, we don't care.
Yeah, I don't think so.
And fortunately, Taskmaster only has 1 scheme on stage 1. So that's helpful. We got a targeted strike, which will be nice when we are going to flip again to try to clear some threat. We got a missile launcher, but not a lot of other great stuff. We got to repurpose if we really want to dig in with energy barrier and do something. Okay, so
we might.
Please.
Well, I'm just saying we might.
Yeah. So we had 1 threat. The force response on the main scheme doesn't trigger because there's no alter ego, because we're an alter ego. So goes to scheme for 1 plus 0. Oh, how did I end up with that? That's not the right. That's really.
Oh, is that there instead of Sinister Assault?
Yeah. Okay. So let's go. Let's go quickly. Go dig through, and we'll pull out the Sinister Assault ones real quick here. So, that is really funny. Do. Oh, that's a big set. 9 cards.
Yeah.
Okay, so create
We haven't
card.
seen any yet, right? This game's not
No.
illegitimate.
No, we haven't. I don't think we have. I don't think we have illegitimized it yet. No. Although it's not the same number, so whatever. We'll treat it as fine for our unofficial purposes. So we've got a vulture. While I'm doing this, do you want to just double check that it's not just the 6 Oh, I can look at the count. Oh, it is just the 6 villains. Okay. So we've got Scorpion. We've got Doc Ock. We have Hobgoblin.
Surprised you
So
can't
we
just
got
on the whole set.
no.
Craven.
Thank you. And finally,
This Electro.
aha, Electro. Where is this guy? No. Oh, there he is. Okay. So we got all those guys. They're going into the deck. And we go, he schemes. Oh, look at that.
Yay!
Schemes for all of 1. And then encounter card. Surge. And there we go, something fun. Okay, so we got to retaliate. We got an Electro.
Oh no, whatever will I do?
I think he might be getting full autoed because everything else is going to be a lot of retaliate damage.
Yeah.
Okay. So turn 3, let's have a quick look and think here. We have enough ammo to full auto and targeted strike, and then maybe plan to flip back on the subsequent turn. 1, 2, targeted strike, and we can get the missile launcher out.
We can just kind of play everything in hand.
Yeah. And then, are you happy to not have energy barrier leave? Just let it. We'll just take whatever damage is when we flip. We can heal first. Recover.
Yeah, I'd kind of like to heal. Because the allies are nowhere to be seen.
No, allies are nowhere to be seen. So
There's 9 of them in there.
we flip and we take 1 damage. Is there are only 9 left? Because there's 2 regulars and 2 soldiers?
Oh no, I mean there's 10 allies in our deck.
Oh, allies are not minions. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
All right, and then we're just gonna full auto, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so remove 4 ammo counters from War Machine, choose an enemy, 8 damage with overkill. So that's 6 and 2 with overkill. All right, Electro, your retaliate means nothing to us. We missile launch. We do a targeted strike to get rid of our last ammo. 1, 2, 3.
No, we can just use Gauntlet Gun for it.
Targeted strike is the threat.
Yeah.
Oh, and we.
It's
Oh,
just
sorry.
a War
I see
Machine
what you're
event.
saying. Okay, sorry. I got you. So then we don't need to get rid of repurpose, or what do we not get rid of? Because in our inefficiency.
I feel like we've got a gazillion gray allies left. Let's keep powering all of us.
Okay. Targeted strike, and so that actually puts a counter on, but takes 1 off. So,
we can deal 3 damage with our other upgrades.
And then we'll still have enough for a targeted strike next turn if needed or something, because we can gauntlet gun.
Yep, exactly. We'll go down to 0 ammo if we deal the 3 damage.
All right, so 1, 2, 3, and that costs us an ammo. So freebie from shoulder cannon and then missile launcher costs an actual thing. And then we're just going to take an attack again. Maybe we'll even block.
What the?
It's real success in our web warriors here so far.
It's all at the bottom.
It's all at the bottom. We've got another targeted strike, which means we could let this happen as another threat because we'll just have 3 on there and that's not a problem to deal with. Do you like that? Over damage?
Yeah, sure.
So attack, again, just kind of looking at what we're having, we're definitely not going to do full auto targeted strike. This is really going to be crummy.
Yeah, we can only play 1 card in hand, and it's either repulsive beam or targeted strike.
So we block to prevent 2 damage. I mean, we are going to.
Yeah, let's do it.
We are going to flip down anyway.
Yep.
Okay. 1, 2 plus 1, 2 is 2. Damage gets through. We get an encounter card. Okay. Retaliate 1, that's one we definitely have to take care of.
In all likelihood, yeah.
Shoulder cannon does not have ranged. Missile launcher does.
And we do some big crying.
So here we can use the gauntlet gun on targeted strike. 1, 2, 3. We don't bother.
Unbelievable.
And then we're not going to be able to clear the shield until we have an activation, so that won't be until the following turn.
Correct.
So we flip down again. And I think maybe we'll throw targeted strike back in there, but then we'll just keep powering all of us because really there should be some gray friends showing up.
Yeah, there should be.
Right. Dun, dun, dun. And then we'll. Do you like throwing a targeted strike back in there? It's kind of thwart is one of our harder things to deal with, or threat is one of our harder things to deal with.
I almost want to say no.
Yeah?
Because I'm sick of not seeing the web warrior stuff.
Right, well, he's going to scheme.
Yeah.
So...
I guess it's probably the right thing to do, but I kind of don't want to.
And we have 2 in the discard. I think there's 3 in the deck.
No, I think 2 in the deck.
There's only 2?
I think so.
Okay, yeah, then
let's get it back in there, yeah.
I extra want it in there.
I'm convinced, but reluctant.
Okay, well. That's a good position. All right, so we got another locked one. We got one that is not locked.
Yay. We
got an Iron Man. Okay. So end of turn 4, starting turn 5 will be okay. So again, this does not trigger the force response because we're in alter ego, and he schemes for 4. Encounter card, the worst. Turn 5. So we have.
Do we just do Silk and Hobie?
Yeah, so not including our gauntlet gun, we have 7 resources. And those 2 cost, if we play a gray, and those 2 cost 7. So that does seem pretty good. That means we'll wait a turn to actually deal with the shield.
Which is okay. We're gonna be thwarting the Hydra soldier this.
And between those 2, we can do some thwarting and attacking on the Hydra soldier, right? I mean, obviously with our ammo, we can clear the Hydra Soldier without doing anything else, and we can use everybody else for thwart if we want.
Yep.
Which takes Hobie down to 1 and then can do a bunch of damage. The only problem is there's some potential wasted damage if we do that.
We'd probably block with Silk first.
And then wait a turn for Hobie.
Yeah.
And then hope we get some other Web Warrior thing that will benefit from these synergies. Okay. And then because we have one targeted strike, we probably don't throw another one in there. We are kind of at a level of threat that's building up that having both of them doesn't seem like the worst.
I don't want both in there.
You don't want both in there.
No.
All right. I'm going to play your game. And then we also have the choice to heal up again because we're not going to use our activation to clear the shield. So it's just 2 damage versus 2 healing.
Yeah, let's heal up.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3. There's nothing else we have to do from this side, so we can just flip. And we get a 3. Look at that.
That's rude.
Pretty rude. So we're going to bring out Silk. We have no other Web Warriors, so her ability doesn't trigger. Bring out Hobie, which we can now because
there's Silk.
Because of Silk, and we can use power in all of us. So 1, 2, 3, and we got 1, 2. We'll just use both of them for thwarting and ammo for dealing with the soldier?
Yeah, that's how I see it.
Okay, so that's going to be thwart for 1, thwart for 2 more, 1, 2, 3, and then we do a missile launcher for 1, 2, and an ammo, and then 2.
Then a shoulder and an ammo.
Shoulder and an ammo and a shoulder, and then that gets us an encounter card.
Yep.
And we're done.
Yep.
And Nick Fury, repurpose, Spider UK, Web of Life and Destiny. Then we'll see Spider on the second pass through.
See Spider next. Oh, probably source.
And then, so we get our 1 threat. Now we can choose between adding another threat there, and there is a targeted strike in the deck still. Adding another threat.
I kind of see us playing Fury and Web next turn, so I think I can handle a threat.
Fury into Web.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so we'll take a threat, and then he attacks, and then as you said, Silk is the one that makes sense because then that helps us with what's going on here. Oh, but Fury into Web, we're going to want to get rid of the shield, so it's not going to be exactly that.
Oh.
So Fist, so we could, for example, do Web and pay those 2 to get rid of the shield.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Which is fine. We can then still advance Taskmaster and get rid of Spider-Man efficiently. I think the threat accumulation is not especially scary.
No.
Okay. So he attacks, Silk blocks, and we get 2 encounter cards. You may flip to Alter Ego, exhaust James Rhodes, remove equipment malfunction from the game, remove all ammo counters from your identity if 2 or fewer were removed. I think we want to... Do we want to have another turn where we aren't able to clear the shield?
That's a tough choice.
I think another possible thing is to skip over Web, which seems weird, but possible. Play Fury, get some cards, and then play Repurpose to set ourselves back up to be able to deal with the shield.
Yeah. Ugh.
This feels like a real choice.
Yeah. Tough.
So
Where's Sunfire? How do we get her?
you know, the other option is we stay in villain or in hero. We just lose those counters. We clear the shield. Bring out Web of Life and Destiny, and then flip down. Really puts us in a bad position for advance, though. No, we can't flip down. Oh yeah, then we can flip down. Yeah.
I feel like I feel like if we took the ammo counter one, we'd flip down also. Oh wait, no, that doesn't work. You don't have ammo counters in Alter Ego. Never mind. Man, that was poor timing on this one.
Well, I mean, so we could Fury. I guess the question is how much at this point in the game, we're about to advance them to the end, do we really care about Web of Life and Destiny? Do we really need to tie ourselves in knots to get that card out?
Maybe not.
Because the other thing is if let's say we flip, we accept the flipping us. We can come back. We can hit. If we bring out Fury, we can thwart. We can use one missile launcher to do 2 damage range, so we don't get retaliated on. Do 1 more damage with shoulder cannon, which would give us 1 retaliate to advance him, so that Hobie can actually defeat him, or not defeat him, but do a bunch of damage when he gets defeated, and then try to clear the shield in the subsequent turn.
Yeah. I kind of want to flip exhaust.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If we do flip exhaust such that we can't actually get rid of the shield this turn, but forego Web of Life and Destiny, we could bring out Fury to help with thwarting.
I think that's okay. I think that's kind of our best option.
Okay. There's a lot of things that don't feel that great, but okay. So we flip. We lost all of our ammo at that point, and this is out of the game. Second one, Shadows of the Past. Okay, well that changes everything.
Hey, we're not getting quick strike. Let's go.
Yeah, well, who could have predicted, right?
Now I feel like we do get Web out. After we play Nick. Well, I think maybe we play Nick Fury and keep Web. See if we can play Web after.
Mm-hmm. So, we could also accept a little bit of inefficiency by allowing when Hobie gets defeated to probably take out Living Laser.
Yeah, that's kind of why I was thinking.
Yeah,
it would be okay to maybe get Web doing that.
Okay, so we are turn 6. Before anything else, is there anything in here that we want to shuffle, or do we actually, before we play Fury, is there anything in there that we want to shuffle in?
I can't see the decks, but
okay,
if we play Fury and Alter Ego, we could guarantee a card for next turn, which is pretty awesome.
Like do it after.
Yeah.
Not before. Yeah, so that I was wondering if we want to shuffle something in before, but you're suggesting after, which I think makes a lot of sense. And because of our threat levels up there, the targeted strike probably
I think with our situation, don't really
Okay.
need any of those cards now, because I think we might just be playing.
Power and All of Us, repurpose, and you want to keep Web of Life and Destiny.
Actually, maybe not. There's no. I don't think there's a double or a power of in there, so makes more sense. Spider UK, just to keep the Web Warrior chain going. That way, but also getting something useful out of it.
Right. Well, so if we keep,
because if we do Web of Life and Destiny and we're sacrificing Hobie, we're gonna draw a card that maybe we can or can't play.
Oh, but were you thinking of sacrificing Hobie not as a defender because we've got Fury? Right. I see.
Yeah.
I see. So Spider UK is what you're saying to keep the chain going. So Hobie goes and thwarts, helps us with our thwarting to get rid
Because
of.
this card draw isn't likely immediately useful unless we put like one of our 1-cost events in there. Maybe draw at a 25% chance.
So we get rid of the side scheme, the Deadly Light Show, with Fury.
With Fury and Hobie.
And then we keep Spider UK instead.
Yeah. And we'll be drawing.
Guarantee we have something playable.
Yeah. Something immediately useful as well.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3. There's a targeted strike. That's not necessarily what we're going to play. And then
we'll put something back in the deck for next turn. Probably the other targeted strike, since this one's being.
Yep. Done. Okay. And then now we can flip. We get our full ammo again.
We get hit.
For 1. And then Hobie thwarts. No, we got to bring up Spider UK first.
Well, not really. Spider UK doesn't require anything, but.
Oh, you're right.
It's more of an exercise in just whatever order you want.
All right, well, it's an exercise.
I don't think there's anything to before or after so much.
So, well, Hobie's the fun stuff. So we'll thwart for 2, and then Hobie defeats himself. We get 3 cards, and
we're targeting Living Laser, surely, right?
It's only deal damage to the villain, actually.
Oh, okay. Whatever.
So
I'll survive.
He has piercing. So we kind of lost out on our efficiency of this stuff, but we got 1, 2.
That's exactly right.
Exactly 3. Okay, well that was
awesome.
Kind of remarkable.
Let's get an encounter card.
Got an encounter card. Fury will thwart for 2 to take care of that. Does that thing have any other effects? When defeated, deal 1 damage to each identity. And then Spider UK.
I'm kind of thinking a Spider UK and double shoulder cannon to kill Living Laser, and then a missile launcher and a Taskmaster while he still has Retaliate and that has range.
Yeah, we're going to have Fury for blocking. Spider UK can maybe block later once we have a little bit more stuff out in a useful way. So 2 damage to Living Laser. Missile Launcher takes 1 of those off to do 2 damage with no Retaliate because we got ranged. And then Shoulder Cannon for 1 extra for the extra activation to deal with.
Yep.
Living Laser. And then I think that's it.
Yep.
Okay, so we got
an extra encounter.
We're going to have a 3 encounter card turn. So we add a threat. Do we take a damage? We got a targeted strike, but not a lot of other thwarting around. I think we take a damage, not a threat.
Yeah, probably.
Taskmaster attacks, Fury blocks, and we got a Vulture, and we got 3 cards. Okay. One of them will not be Shadows. Importantly, when revealed, discard an upgrade you control. If you cannot, discard Gave Surge. What upgrade do we get rid of? We get rid of Gauntlet Gun, right? Maybe, maybe not. 1, 2, look at our hand.
Yeah, probably Gauntlet Gun.
I mean, I guess it's not from the purposes of.
It's either Gauntlet Gun or Shoulder Cannon, I'm sure of it.
Oh, I was even wondering if it's maybe getting rid of Energy Barrier, because Gauntlet Gun and Energy Barrier are worth the same from a repurpose standpoint, but we know that Gauntlet Gun could help us do Targeted Strike, Ironheart, and we might have stuff to do one more thing.
Yeah, okay. I could give it up, yeah.
So we'll get rid of one of our mostly used up ones. Then we got a Craven.
Got a guy.
He's got steady. We weren't gonna try to center thwart him anyway.
Status in this deck.
What's that?
I don't think we have a single status in this deck anyway.
Yeah, and then we get attacked again. So do we
kind of want that to be a War Machine defend?
So you want a War Machine defend? Because then we can get one more activation out of Spider UK.
Yeah.
I accept. So for 2, 3.
All right, well,
1 damage. And that wasn't gang up, right? That was
assault.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
So almost surely this Gauntlet is playing Targeted Strike.
So do we bring out Ironheart?
Let's bring out Ironheart first with Force Field and Gauntlet Gun, probably.
So if we bring out Ironheart, we're not likely to have something else we can use after that. And we're going to have Spider UK to block, but then we'll be out of Web Warriors. So Ironheart preserves our Web Warriors, right?
Yeah. I'm thinking we pay with Gauntlet Gun and Force Field Generator, and if we happen to draw, also get out Energy Barrier. Or maybe it's another one of our one-cost events. Could be.
Okay, so 1, 2, we draw a card. Nope.
Cost curve is all sorts of wrong.
So we Spider UK 2 damage on Craven.
Yep.
And then we can do Missile and Rocket again, right? 1, 2.
Missile and Shoulder. Cost
2
ammo.
Shoulder.
Overall
1.
to kill.
Did I take 2 markers off?
Yeah,
No,
you're at, you're at 3.
Okay. And we Targeted Strike, which adds 1, but we lose 1. And 1, 2, 3. Or do we actually not Targeted Strike and bring out the Energy Barrier instead?
Let's just Targeted Strike, because I kind of want to flip down.
So 1 more thwart. Don't keep either of these. And then
I guess we could stay up. We're only getting 1 counter card.
Only getting 1 encounter card. What would flipping down do?
Just create more threat.
We've got Gauntlet Gun to help us push a little bit more damage if we get some events. We won't be able to play full auto, but I think that's fine. I think I like staying up too. So Repulsor Beam, so that's 4. We can repurpose a couple things. I think we can.
I mean, that could honestly be a kill.
I think that might be. So
we'll have a crap hero score, but let's just there.
Yeah. So let's just check on this real quick. So Repulsor Beam and a Missile Launcher will be 6 damage. So there's only 8 to come from his activation. We're going to take a bunch of damage from Retaliate. Or we don't actually.
It'd only be 2 Retaliate, really.
Right. Well, we could, if we Scorch Earth and Power in All of Us, we could clear the shield.
That's right, yeah.
And we might be able to set ourselves up so that an ally can finish it off. Let's just go with it.
All right.
We'll assume it's great. So do we take a damage? Do we take a threat? We already know it's not clean, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
And based on our starting health, actually threat is worth less than health. Because it's out of 12 and our health is out of 10.
Oh yeah. But who knows what it's weighted at. I think threat's weighted higher, so it might be pretty close.
Okay. And then we block with Iron. Yeah, we block with Ironheart. Okay, if this resolves during an undefended attack, it does not. And we get an encounter card. Okay.
A guy.
So, do we want to plan on just finishing it not clean, or do we contort ourselves to make a clean one?
I think a clean one honestly like pushes it out like 3 rounds. If I were to estimate, based on how nonsensical a lot of these hands have been.
Like another 2 or 3 rounds, right?
Yeah.
It's certainly not 1.
No.
Okay, so we'll finish it off, but we'll clean it up as much as we can, right?
Yeah.
And the thing that is worth the least is villain health. So clearing the Hydra Hunter is the lowest priority.
Villain and threat were equal.
No, but the villain health is out of like roughly 30.
Oh so, yeah.
So say it's like 3 on the Hydra Hunter.
It's like 3 health is a threat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it seems like our health and threat is worth roughly equal. And then villain health and minion health is worth half that.
If we're double repulsor beaming, we can't play anything else, so we might as well just clear the gate.
So can we clear? Is it worth how many?
Oh yeah, because that costs our activation as well.
Yeah. How many fewer? I don't think we want to min-max this too hard, but so if we activated to clear that thing, and then repulsor beam down to 10.
So down to 10.
Repurpose a thing.
For 4, repurpose for 6. That's exactly enough.
We also have an extra missile launcher.
Yeah, extra missile launcher and shoulder cannon. So we could clear the minion.
We could
have perfect villain health.
Okay. So we will activate to clear the shield for a mental and a fist, which is the power in all of us and scorched earth.
Then we use our gauntlet gun to play the repulsor beam.
We use our gauntlet gun to play the repulsor beam, which costs us 1, gets us 1, and deals 1, 2, 3, 4.
Indeed. And the shoulder cannon and missile launcher will cost us 1 ammo and get rid of the Hydra.
Get rid of those 2, and then we. We said that health and threat are worth roughly equal. So getting rid of Spider UK to clear a threat is not different in any important way from clearing the threat. So we can just call it health, I guess, right?
Yeah. Aside from their different weighting, don't really know, but
they're roughly equal.
Yeah.
So repurpose adds 2, so we have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. When we get rid of gauntlet gun, then we ditch our shoulder cannon for another 2. So we're now at 6 attack and 5 thwart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not the cleanest, not the worst.
Yeah, I like the results.
6 total health.
We just took shadows. Shadows in the obligation turn kind of.
And we saw.
And I had 3 encounter cards the very next turn.
we also saw 2 of the Sinister 6 minions and a Hydra soldier.
Yep.
And we didn't get any benefit from the captured by Hydra side schemes.
Or really our web warriors.
Or really our web warriors. So finishing that in 8 turns kind of shows, I guess, some of the war machine efficiency being able to deal with things damage-wise.
Yeah, I think it's probably a clean 8-turn win if Web of Life and Destiny wasn't the second to last hand in our deck.
Right, or if we had...
And also Spider UK and Silk.
Yeah. Yeah, it was buried pretty far.
Yeah, I tried to steer us toward an aggressive mulligan turn 1 to mitigate that, but the deck still said no.